Prioritize yourself. Stop thinking about others. You are worthy and deserving of taking time for yourself during your workday. It's a fact that we all have to face. The world of work can often seem like a relentless beast. It can dig its claws in and refuse to let go. Deadlines loom ominously overhead like storm clouds waiting to burst. Emails pile up, an avalanche threatening to bury you underneath a landslide of unread messages and urgent tasks. And you become the unexpected hero of the office, stepping up to save the day time and time again, even when it feels like you're stuck in a never-ending cycle of stress and exhaustion. But let's let you in on a secret that can potentially change your work-life balance. Companies don't hand out medals for burnout. They don't celebrate those who push themselves to the brink of collapse. Prioritizing yourself at work isn't about slacking off or shirking your responsibilities. It isn't about showing disinterest or disengagement. Instead, it's about understanding and recognizing your own limits, about knowing when to step back and when to push forward. It's about setting boundaries, establishing what you can and cannot do, what you are and are not willing to take on. It's about making the most of your breaks, not just using them to catch up on more work, but to truly relax and rejuvenate. And it's about learning to delegate effectively, understanding that you don't need to shoulder every burden yourself. Remember this: a happy, well-rested you is a more productive you, and a more productive you is a more fulfilled you. Your life, your rules. We all love our families, yet there are moments when their expectations can feel almost suffocating. It's a situation most of us are familiar with, where we find ourselves torn between our own aspirations and the hopes our loved ones have for us. We must remember, though, that it's integral to our well-being to establish and maintain healthy boundaries. This might appear difficult initially, but it's an essential part of our journey towards personal growth and self-discovery. As adults, we must realize that open, honest, and respectful communication is key in any relationship, including those we share with our family members. This does not mean we love them any less, but instead it fosters mutual respect and understanding. It's also important to remember that love is a two-way street. It requires both giving and receiving understanding and being understood. Love goes both ways. Friends, the squad that prioritizes together, thrives together. Friends, our companions in life's journey, are the pillars we lean on during hard times, and the cheerleaders in our moments of triumph. They are not just people we randomly meet and keep in touch with, but rather, they are the ones we consciously choose to be a part of our lives, forming our own chosen family. They become an indispensable support system, providing motivation and a listening ear when we need it the most. However, it is equally important to identify and distance ourselves from friendships that drain our energy and impact our mental health negatively. The key is to prioritize our well-being above all. In this era of digitalization, social media plays a crucial role in our lives. It is a platform where we often find ourselves engrossed, comparing our lives with the carefully curated highlight reels of others' seemingly perfect lives. This comparison gives rise to the feeling of FOMO, fear of missing out. However, it is important to realize that it's a true reflection of reality. To prioritize our mental health, we must learn to take regular breaks from social media, unfollow accounts that provoke negative feelings, and focus more on celebrating our own victories, no matter how small they may seem. Let's shift the spotlight on ourselves, not in a narcissistic way, but to acknowledge our journey, our growth, and our resilience. Prioritize yourself by taking social media breaks, unfollowing accounts that make you feel bad about yourself, and documenting your own wins. Self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. This phrase is more than just a feel-good mantra. It's an absolute truth that the world it may seem counterintuitive to some. We live in a society that demands we constantly consider the needs of others, pushing us to put everyone else before every day. We are subject to a barrage of information emphasizing selflessness. Advertisements, social media posts, even our friends and families, subtly or not, push us towards a life of self-sacrifice. This expectation of perpetual generosity can often make us feel guilty for taking time for ourselves. But in this constant chaos, it's important to remember that taking care of oneself is not an act of indulgence, it's an of survival. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Self-care is the foundation for productivity, happiness, and overall well-being. Here's the thing, it's not selfish, it's necessary.